Okay.
Hey, it's Matt Roush.
And Mike Brennan.
And we're back with another segment of the M Squared TechCast. We're talking today about issues related to the coronavirus pandemic, which is sort of dominating the headlines these days. And we've got a couple of gentlemen here who are answering the call, among other things, for personal protective equipment. So, Mike, why don't you ask the first question?
Yeah, we have a father and son team here, Darren and Dalton. How do I pronounce your last name?
Ludke.
You guys are actually developing the 3D products, and I believe it's 3D masks, right?
Well, it's actually 3 different products. We started off with the face shields and then moved over to the face mask alternative with using products that we could source locally here. And then we also have what we're calling surgical mask ear savers to bring the tension off of the back of the mask that the doctors and nurses are making. And this is all a result of people asking and saying that, the need basically is just incredible out there right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So how did you well, I think it was your son that's really heavily involved in that, right? That would be Dalton?
Yeah, exactly. Dalton, if you'd talk about the face shield, please.
Yeah, so basically this all started off by the 3D printer company that all of our printers are actually from. Their name is Prusa. They're based out of Prague, and they developed these face shields, basically. They're splatter guards that doctors wear to protect droplets of water or whatever from getting into their eyes. Well, they saw that there was a shortage of this all around the world, so they developed their own free model to download and actually produce, which is this right here. And so I saw that online, and I saw that a lot of people were asking for these, and there's actually a company out in California called OperationShields that was asking for donation of 3D printed parts for these shields. And so from there, we just saw that there is demand for all sorts of personal protective equipment, and starting with the shields, and then we moved to the masks, which he can talk about a little bit.
Well,
yeah, the biggest thing is
talk about your company a little bit of background on the company, when it was formed, and sort of what it does during more normal times.
Sure. So the name of the company is Durval City LLC. It's a home-based business, and actually, once again, I got to point to my son. He's the brains of the operation. Started when he was about 10, 11 years old. He started teaching himself how to do some Java programming because he liked a game called Minecraft so much, and he wanted to build upon that. So that kind of propelled us a little bit into saying, you know what, why don't we try to play around with this a little bit? He got into smart home technology, and he made me talk to all my stuff in my house when he was about 13 years old. And then after that, he started getting into 3D modeling about, 3 years ago? 3
years ago. The high school I go to, Sequoia High School, actually offered a course where you could learn not only being able to draw schematics and building plans and things like that, but also the 3D modeling aspect of it too. So I learned just basically how to design and model anything from there.
So basically started with a Christmas gift of a printer, and it's propelled us up into where we're at now on something that we never imagined we'd do. We have no medical background. We're just trying to a call to arms basically to help everybody.
And I believe, Dalton, that you're talking to other high school students about doing something similar with their printers, 3D printers, that sort of thing, right?
Yeah, well, all around the country right now, basically, there's all sorts of different groups that are set up that are just asking for people to donate 3D printed parts. These are things that you can, if you just look in your local area, there's probably some kind of group that is looking to accept parts. And like, for instance, we've been accepting some parts from some of my friends, like my next door neighbor has a printer and he knows how to 3D print. So he's been able to produce a few. But yeah, people like all around the country have been able to donate these parts to these various groups and organizations, have been able to put them together and get them to the people that need them.
Interesting.
So how long does it take on a home printer to make something like this?
So we do about anywhere from 3 to 4 masks at a time per printer. And that entire print is about anywhere from 13 to 16 hours to do those 4 masks. So it's around, anywhere from like 4 to 6 hours per mask, you'd say, to produce one of these.
And you'll see in the background, I don't know how well people can see, but we've got a print going on right now of these. which is the frame for the face shields. And they come out basically very together, and you just start breaking them apart once the print is done. And they'll come apart very quickly. Well, typically, if I'm not on camera, they come apart very quickly. And then you end up with 2 of them. So like he said, about 16 hours, and we end up with 4 shield frames.
And the neat thing you can do with 3D printers that is much harder to do, or sometimes impossible to do with plastic injection molding, is that you can do cavities and weird adjacencies and stuff like that, with a 3D printer, because there can be gaps in the bottle, right?
Yeah, so that's really why this type of technology is important right now, because 3D printers are basically creating a stopgap for when we can actually produce injection molded parts. That's like Operation Shields Up, which is in California. That's their whole mission, is 3D printers can produce a product virtually instantly. As long as you design it, you can print it in a matter of normally less than a day, whereas injection molding requires lots of testing and it requires lots of expensive equipment. It takes a lot longer to bring a product to market, whereas 3D printing you can have it immediately, and that's exactly what it's being used for right now.
All right, so how many of these have you made so far? I mean, you've been doing this for what, a couple of weeks now?
Yeah, it's been about 3.5 weeks. So a big part of it was sourcing the materials. And these ones here were, I'll say, the easy ones. It was just a matter of getting the filament, which we already had here. We did put a big order in, waiting for the filament to arrive from the Czech Republic. So these we've done, I think we're over 100, 150 of them. We've shipped out quite a few over to California, but now we've stopped moving them to California because we're getting contacted directly, and we're doing free shipment, 100%. This is by donation. It's going out across the country, different places. The one that took a while, though, is these are the masks, the breathing masks, basically. And we print the green and the red part. There was a source for this rubber material that actually came out of Michigan. I believe it's, Silex, I believe is the name of the company. I don't remember exactly, but they made this here specific for this mask. That the actual design of this mask was done by a Dr. Mark Causey, who is a dentist over in Cumming, Georgia. And this is how we tripped upon this, is he had this mask design, and then Dalton has the brains to take that design and turn it into what we did here. So this mask here is about a 3 to 4 hour mask. Then there's the assembly of the rubber. These are hair bands that came from, that a girl would wear. Then what we do is you've got to put a filter of some sort on here. And that's the biggest problem right now, is what is safe? What's the best filter? This is where our non-medical, non-FDA approved statement comes out, is we sourced what we believe, based on all of our documents and what we've read, is going to keep people safer than if they had just a cloth mask on their face. So on the mask part, I'm sorry, Matt, on the mask part, we're up to about 250 to 350, somewhere in that range, that we've shipped out to about 12 to 15 different states right now.
So
go ahead.
I was just going to ask, how are you reaching out to people to request these, or are people coming to you because the word's getting out now?
Sure. It's through Facebook, through the Durval City Facebook page, and it's at Durval City, DERBOCITY. And at first we were doing this out of hide, quite honestly, but we kept getting asked, can we please donate? Can we please donate? And this is where I got to the point of, I think everybody wants to help in their own way. And so we opened up a donation page, and I'm just absolutely blown away at the love and the support that has been streaming in from all over the country. And that has kept this operation going. And when I say 24/7, I kid you not, the hair standing up on end and getting up at 2 in the morning, swapping out filament has been going on for a solid 3 weeks now, or 4.
We should probably point out, Darren, that you have a Michigan connection, right?
Oh, absolutely. So I retired from the Air Force, actually Air National Guard, up at Alpena Combat Readiness Training Center, just north of you guys by about 4 hours. And as a matter of fact, Dalton was born in the Alpena Hospital. So, and my wife, she is from East Lansing area, actually Mason, and she graduated from CMU. So we've got a strong tie back to Michigan.
And you're now living near Atlanta, just outside of Atlanta, right?
Correct. Yeah, we're in one of the metro counties north of Atlanta right now. And I retired out of the Air Force about 15 years ago. And by day, I'm the CEO for a tech company, a software programming company. So this is, I'll say, the by night Dalton's baby that I've partnered up with.
Yeah. And of course, Dalton was saying he wanted to hopefully go to Georgia Tech and use his skills there. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've always been involved in engineering and in just designing and building things all my life, and just being able to design things and learning how to do that through our high school has really enabled me to be able to print all these things and design all these things and understand all this technology. And I hope to go into Georgia Tech for civil engineering or structural engineering, some kind of engineering. But yeah, it's all that engineering background has really helped me to design all these products and be able to print them.
Yeah, Matt actually is the news director for Lawrence Technological University in the greater Detroit area. So
yeah, that's it's a small private university. The two biggest programs are engineering and architecture. And in fact, we have a combined 5-year bachelor master's program in architectural engineering that's growing pretty rapidly.
Oh, wow.
And,
wow. I was not aware of that.
Well, I might just send you some information on that. Make my boss
very good.
yeah.
Please do.
He's-
Well, I was going to introduce Dalton saying he's a junior, but we just don't know nowadays. I mean, school's been canceled, so he's either a junior or a senior. We're not sure which where he falls right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah, and we're the same way. We converted all of our classes to online classes using Zoom, which was part of our Canvas software for students, the online learning software. And after spring break, we came back from spring break and moved almost 800 classes online. So it's been a real challenge.
Wow.
Incredible.
Yeah.
All right, so let's, we only got a couple minutes left here, so why don't we give those website addresses where folks can reach out to you guys and pick your brains or get your designs or order some product or whatever they want.
Or make a
I
donation.
appreciate
I
that.
know
Or make a
Yes,
donation.
please.
Yeah, there you go, yeah.
Yeah.
So a couple different ways, www.durbocity, DERBOCITY.com. Or you can go to Facebook and do the @ Durbocity, and that should find us. And through one of those, you should be able to drill down into the donation page. And I don't have that address memorized. I'm not that good. So unfortunately, but we look forward to.
It says here in the talking points, it's corporate@durbocity.com.
Yes, thank you for the email, corporate@durbocity.com. Thank you very much.
All right.
But yeah, reach out to us, and we're looking for anybody that wants to help, assist, donate, or otherwise. And most importantly, if you need something from us that we can send out to you, please do.
Traditional four-year students love Lawrence Technological University's thriving campus life. But LTU has always met non-traditional students' needs too. Lawrence Tech offers over 100 degree and certificate programs that can get adult students started or back on track. And most of our classes are conveniently offered evenings at our beautiful Southfield campus or online, so you can balance your social, family, and work life even while you power up your career. Lawrence Tech, where Blue Devils dare.